Craig Alexander, professional triathlete. I have a wife and 2 children that count on me. For us, Road ID is not just a piece of gear, it's peace of mind. Swim, run and ride safe. Wear your Road ID.
Hi and welcome everyone to Lava Lounge. My name is Greg Welch, I am the host, and joining me this week is Luke Bell. Luke is from Australia. He's also a 70.3 multiple champion. Hasn't cracked the big one yet in the Ironman. He's been runner-up a couple of times. We know that he's got it in him. But Lukey, welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here in sunny Cal.
Yeah, Southern California. What's going on with the heat down here, brother? It's great for training for the Ironman, at least.
Yeah, it's been nice. You know, the weather's cracking 100 Fahrenheit, which really, you know, that means nothing to me as Australian. We're Celsius. So we're talking, let's run with about 37 degrees Celsius.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's hot. It's hopefully hotter than, hopefully Kona won't be that hot, that's for sure.
Mate, you've been training for the Ironman up in Colorado lately. Been doing a bit of training with Chris Lee, and who else have you been out there with?
Oh, really? You know, it's like Colorado's the who's who. We can sit here and drop names to the cows come home.
Not a name dropper, mate?
Not big on the name dropping, and I guess, change and throw it off is the Twitter. I love it how people get on Twitter and Facebook and, I did this today with so-and-so, did that today with so-and-so, this is my training. I'm like, I don't really want to tell everyone my training or what I'm doing. I've got to race all these guys, and name dropping, well, it's always good to name drop, but at the end of the day, who cares?
I find it rather bizarre, that people will tweet, and Facebook, all the stuff that they've been doing. But hey, for me and for a regular Joe Blow out there, it's awesome. You can keep up with these people and do that. By the way, you can stay up to date with Lava Magazine on Twitter and Facebook as well.
So do you wake up in the morning and jump on the Lava Magazine Twitter and put on the stripy underpants this morning?
I
headed out to the coffee machine. Took me 10 seconds to get to the coffee machine.
How did you know?
I follow the Lava Magazine Twitter.
Anyway, it's all good. But mate, you've been up there. You've been training away, for the Ironman. You've been away from that race for quite a few years now. Why go back?
I think it's just the enjoyment. It's something I grew up watching. As a kid, it was the old Nines Wide World of Sports back in Australia, and watching yourself run around.
Kenny Sutcliffe, mate.
Kenny Sutcliffe. And it used to take, nearly, I think, over Saturday and Sunday by the time they cut it up and split it up. And, grew up watching the guys of old running around, and, we're laughing about all the, you talk about facial hair, and you got Dave with the moustache. You looked like you were about 16 years of age, and Mark was running full head of hair back then, and Mark was running the mullet. But that's what I grew up watching and always wanted to do. So that's the special place in my heart, I guess.
Tinley had a bit of a mullet going there too. He had a bit long in the back and a little short up front with a little stash going on up the front.
You must have been the only one without the mullet back in those days.
I didn't have a mullet, mate, but I worked hard on having a goatee, and then I think it was Chucky Valuepet one year. He said nobody 4'9" should have a goatee and get away with it, so I shaved it off.
Go on.
So anyway, mate, you're sporting the Faris Al Sultan look there. You're not going to race with it like Faris does. And then the day after, he shaves it off for the awards presentation.
Yeah, it's a bit intriguing, isn't it? He got up on stage and it was like, who's this imposter getting up, claiming the title of Kona? And then you realise it's Faris without a beard, and he's got his hair in a nice ponytail. But no, I don't think I think it'll be a bit too hot, and you get the power gels and everything stuck in it on race day, and turns into a dready or two, and we'll get rid of it.
Yeah, well, we know that Power Bar is going to be served on course, that's for sure, over at the Ironman and Power Gel as well. Mate, the footy in Australia, grand final last weekend. I think it was St Kilda and Collingwood. 68 all.
This is
the end of regulation. Yeah. So for the folks at home, you watch American football, you watch soccer in Germany, wherever you are, but in Australia, with AFL, what they do is they have 4 quarters that run for 15, 20 minutes each.
Yep.
4 quarters at 20 minutes each. So after 80 minutes of regulation play, it was tied at 68 all. And they don't do overtime. So what are they doing next week?
Play the grand final again. So it's pretty much, what is it, like 2 Super Bowls back to back.
And how far do they actually run? I mean, the oval that they play on is around about 100 metres long, but how far do you know, like statistically, how far an AFL rugby or football player would actually run over the course of that 80 minutes?
Yeah, they taught. I think a few years back they put GPSs on a couple of the guys that run in the centre of the field, so cover the whole game, and they're covering between 13 and 15 miles a game. That's, you know, walking, sprinting, like they're pretty much non-stop for the whole, you know, 80 minutes out there.
And what you see in AFL as opposed to the NFL or you know, those events or the team sports where they have a forward line and a back line or whatever, all these guys are pretty much built the same except for the centres and the full forwards who, you know, catch the balls to kick the goals. So basically all these guys are ripped and they're fit and they're in shape.
They're all fit and fast, and you know that it's a continuous game, and you know I guess it's one of our biggest sports back home in Australia, and so I guess Lucy and myself head out to Kona tomorrow, and come Friday we'll have to sit around and watch the grand final game. We're luckily enough last week we had a good old Aussie meat pie. We ordered them in. We ordered in some sausage rolls, and I'm sure it'd be your old favourite, a good old snot block.
A snot block and a case of VB, mate.
Yeah.
Well, that's Luke Bell. I'm Greg Welch. And, you know, this has been Lava Lounge, brought to you by Lava Magazine. That's all we've got time for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.